Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to this week's energy forecast. I'm Louise, an intuitive and a reader of the cosmic weather, and I'm here to share with you my take on what's coming up this week and how you can best navigate yourself, your life this week in alignment with what's happening with the planets. So as those planets move, the energy changes, and as it changes in that universe, it affects us here on Earth because we are part of that universe. So I've been banging on about March forever, and we start this forecast on the 11th, and we're coming into halfway through this month, and it's big, it's massive, you're going to be feeling it. Last week we had that incredible movement of Saturn into Pisces, and the ripple of that has been huge. So if you've been feeling tired, overwhelmed, just so much going on, then welcome to this shift. Saturn went into a new area, a new classroom, right? So it's going to feel for the first few weeks a little bit like, think of it like this, okay? When you come to the end of a school year, you come to the end and it's like everyone's got to know each other, it's a bit lighter, you've kind of learnt the lessons, it's a bit more fun, there's a bit of banter, like it's a lot more relaxed, than the first day you walked into that class in that first day, first term, first year. No one really knows each other, no one really knows what's coming. There's this just kind of anticipation, a little bit of nervousness, and there's the familiar's not there. So last week, Headmaster Saturn, new area, new classroom, whole new cycle. So this week is like the first week of, we're in that classroom and it's a bit edgy and we're kind of not really sure and we might not have the right pencil case, and it's that kind of energy. So if you've been feeling that, it's all right, chill, it will get a little bit easier. But also, I just written our weekly written, it'll go up on the website in the blog section, and I wrote on that, our motto of this year is, when it's hard, we get harder. So we have to keep stepping up. We can't drop into that victim, why me, la la la, just not going to work anymore. It's not going to take us to where we want to go. It's going to leave us behind. So yes, we have to keep stepping up. So that happened last week. This week there's this feels a bit eerie, the energy feels a bit eerie, a bit like, something feels like it's brewing in the underworld. And it is. This week, there's some stuff happening in the planets, but nothing that's gonna totally consume us. But we're most definitely still on the back of that Saturn. And next week, Pluto is moving. Pluto, the king of the underworld, is moving. Moving into Aquarius. And this is really cementing in, I believe, the kind of new age of Aquarius and the big changes that are happening on a, massive, deep level. And this shift is like another layer of that, okay? And when Pluto's on the move, Pluto's the planet of death, rebirth, transformation. It's very much linked to the kind of scorpionic phoenix, that kind of rises up out of those ashes, but has to go to those ashes and burn away old, what's not working, clear. And that's, that's pretty deep, intense, deep stuff. So when Pluto is moving to a new sign, it's like we're going into a new wave, and it's going to go in and out of Aquarius over the next 20 years. So it's it's a really long cycle. But it's it's going to challenge us to, depends where it particularly is in your chart, but on the whole, it's going to challenge us in our relationships, in our relationship to self, to, transform the old, outworn, outdated, toxic stuff. It's going to transform it into new, deep rebirth, letting go, It's big, it's super big, you can feel it. As I say, it feels a bit eerie, a bit like, oh, what's coming? Yeah, it's that. Shifts next week. Like next week we have equinox, sun's moving signs, so we go into a new season, we go into Aries, right? Beginning of a new zodiac wheel. It's all about new beginnings, transformation, like big shifting. Yeah, next week is like huge. So we've got this week in the middle of last week Saturn, next week equinox, Pluto moving, sun going into a new sign, new astrological year. It's like, wow, and this week we're like in the middle of it. And it's like, whew, like, whoa, yeah, wow. So take a breath this week. Yeah, look after yourself, find the balance. And like I'm banging on at the moment, do the work, get hard, get harder, but it can't be all work and no play either, because we're gonna, drown. Yeah. So we got to find some, some lightness in all of this. We got to find some fun. We got to find things that help us to look after ourselves, fill up our bucket. It's really important. Yes, with these transits just coming through, we have to. Yeah, so finding those things that help us feel balanced, help us feel grounded, connected. Sleep's priority right now, because the energy can be really intense, and sometimes you're going to find like you just can't sleep. So the times that you can, really get that sleep in, look after that physical body, rest when you need to, be active when you need to, move that energy through your body, go walk, go run, go do whatever it is. Yeah. This month is like massive, and there's going to be so much showing up for you, so many revelations, and you're going to really kind of start to see some themes that are coming up that are going to be here for the next few years. Yeah, the Saturn new theme is 2.5, 3 years. This Pluto Aquarius is like 20 years. Yeah, so we're going into like whole new times. Yeah. So, we circle with our monthly moon cycles, and we know how sometimes they hit us. And the moon's the closest planet to us. So they're like, the ones we've kind of got used to, the new moon, the full moon. When these other big major planets are on the move, it's like another like really deep layer of us. Yeah. So this week, we're in that in-between week. Next week, we're going to really feel it again. As I say, look after you, find the balance. Yeah. I put in the written dream, but don't daydream. Like, go with the flow this week, but not in an unconscious, avoidant way of just, flowing with it, but consciously, just flow with the energy. Surrender, but be strong. So it's not a submissive surrendering, it's like a really kind of strong surrendering, like into the moment, into the day, into the minute when we need to, yeah, and just kind of, flowing with the energy, yeah, but in a really conscious, aware way, yeah. Big week, big month, big time, yeah. Again, I remind you, when it gets hard, you get harder. Yeah, you're a warrior of lights, and we're living through, I believe, incredible times where there is so much potential for evolution and growth, and kind of more than we've ever had. Yeah, more than I've ever had in my lifetime. So amazing. I have no live onlines this week. It's quiet week. Yeah, it's quiet. Next week we have I have a live online working underneath that equinox, sun, new zodiac cycle, and this Pluto shift. So I really want us to tune in and really take advantage of the potential of the energy that's going to be around. And like I always say, when we're doing the work, we're on top of the wave. Yeah, we're aware of what's going on. We're on top of the wave, and we're going to be learning the new stroke. Yeah, there's a whole new stroke in this whole new ocean. Yeah, we do the work, we're doing our alignment, our meditation, our focus, our connection. We're doing it, we're on top. Yeah, No way are we going to get caught unaware of what's going on. Just not doing it. So I'll see many of you live online next week. I will be back in on Sunday to bring you your weekly. So I'll talk a lot more about all of that energy and how it's all coming together next week. And and I'll see a lot of you live online next week under that session. So have a beautiful week. Remember balance. Yeah. One last thing. I feel like at the moment, and I know that lots of you are going to really relate to this, like we're walking a tightrope. Yeah. On one side's pleasure, on one side's pain. And the tightrope is this fine line between the two, you know? And that's kind of where we're at, yeah? And all we need to do is stay focused on where we're going, not look down too much, yeah? Not, just focused on where we're going, yeah? We're good, we've got this. All right, lots of love, have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next week.